Welcome again, this is Ant-Man to Enable. Bringing you a quick video of this Gearpod's stove system I just recently bought. I bought two. This one's still in the packet, and this one I've separated out to show you all the pieces, and then I've got a little clip of me using it, boiling some water. So I've been using this pack here. This is the Everly stock pack. It goes on top of the Everly stock pack, but I've been using it clipped to my Spec Ops bag. Got a video on it you can look at. I just used the two little clips there, and this part of the molly strap it clips on, and it works really well. I've been able to just put a few odds and ends in here, so I can just open up sometimes some snacks for lunch, a few band-aids, basic first aid, a lighter, a couple of things like that, and I use the water tube on the side, so when it's on my pack I can just easily have a sip of water. When I take it off, I can, in here is the waist strap, but I use it just over my shoulder as a shoulder bag, and I can walk around just with a shoulder bag and a few snacks and that sort of thing. But I'd been looking for, I realised there was a bit of a problem as far as the stove system went. It's just not very big for putting some sort of stove in there. I could put a collapsible S-bit type stove or something like that, but yeah, I needed something to make morning tea when I'm walking around, or have some emergency backup stove system, rather than, especially if I've left my big pack back at the campsite. And I found these recently. I bought them from Australia. The guy in Australia, Ultimate, what does he call himself? Ultimate Survival Supplies or something like that. It's got a Facebook page, and I thought this is just the thing. I checked the size, fits in the pack really neatly here, fits in this pouch, and it should really meet my needs well for a basic stove system, just to make some hot water for lunch, add some hot water to some instant noodles or things like that, or even as an emergency stove if I was stranded out in the bush and this is the only bag I had. I'd have some basic supplies here. I'd have some water, a basic stove system, a couple of snacks, maybe put in one of those survival blankets or some matches, a couple of things like that. So got some basic needs. Sits on top of my pack, easy to take off and use. So just been trying it out. I got a second one. I think I might put it into a car kit or something like that. But anyway, I've opened up this one and give you a look at what comes in it. So it comes in this plastic type Gearpod. They have other ones. There's a survival one, shelter one, I think, first aid one or something like that, a few different things, and screw on lid, top and bottom. So if that's all you want, that's it is. They give you this extra lid which is threaded both sides, so you can screw this one on and then attach another pod to the top. But I wondered why, because it makes the thing overly too long, how you'd fit it in your pack, but I haven't really looked as to why they make things all joined together, but for me it suits my purpose. Comes with a cup here, with a little bit of insulation on the top so you can hold it in your hand. Okay, that's good. This is a little wind deflector for the stove. This is the stove stand itself. These legs just fold in like that. Pretty good, and it's pretty stable. Now this is the lid for the top of the cup. One of the things, I think one of the reviews recommended not to keep the lid on while you're boiling the water. It tends to melt the lid or something like that, so I didn't do that. And this is the little stove itself, so put a little bit of alcohol or something like that, slide it in the side here, and away you go. It's also designed for your S-bit type tablets you can put in here. And one of the reviews showed them putting some twigs and sticks in there and building a twig type fire with the deflector over the outside, and that seemed to work quite well too. So the cup sits in there, so it's quite compact. I don't think, but considering the size of this whole pod, fell down. It's a little bit deceptive how the cup seems to be a little bit small compared to the size of the pod, but it's the right size if you just want a cup of tea or coffee, if you wanted to heat some water for instant noodles, that type of thing. And it's compact, quite light. I'll tell you the weight here, I'm not sure, let's say on the packet. So it's 6 inches height altogether. The cup, 281 mils, and doesn't seem to say the weight. Oh, here it is here, the weight. 272 grams or 9.6 ounces, so that's pretty lightweight. Give you a couple of little instructions here as well. So far I'm really impressed with this Gearpod stove system. Compact, lightweight, fits in the top of this pack. Just ideal for what I'm looking for. And the other one, maybe use the car system. MH1 Enable, thanks for watching. Bye bye for now. Show the lid at just a size comparison, how it easily fits in there, like height wise, length wise, still plenty of room. So here's the Gearpod, I've got it going. Maybe you can look down inside there, you can see it. Flames coming up pretty neatly. But it's all blowing out the side here. I think that's because the breeze is coming through a bit, making it blow up. The flames blow up like that. I've had it about a minute or so. I think the water's starting to heat up already, so yeah, it's going pretty well. Little flame detector on here. There's just enough for a cup full of water for coffee, or you could add it to instant noodles or something. So there you go, you might just be able to start to see some bubbles coming up in there. So that's working pretty well. Here's the lid. It says on one of the reviews, the internet, I think, not to put the lid on because will tend to melt a little bit or something like that. So haven't got the lid on. There's the Gearpod and the lid that it came in. So I just let this burn out, and I'm not sure how much I put in there because but I'll just wait to see how long it takes to burn out. Here it is, the flame just burned out and I took the cup off. It feels quite warm in the hand. I don't know if it quite reached the boil. And the little wind protector on the side is still quite warm, even though it's very thin metal. Very thin, so just be a bit careful you don't bend it, like I just bent it a bit there. Oh, it's just starting to, still feels warm now, so just starting to cool down. So just be a little bit careful, don't burn your fingers on that. Otherwise, I'm quite impressed with the way this worked. Easy to set up, lightweight. Yeah, pretty good indeed. Just as I mentioned before, I'm just a little bit disappointed at this cup. Oh, still feels a bit warm. It's sort of small compared to the size of this. So, but it fulfills the needs. It's going to be put into my little bag. So, MH1 Enable, thanks for watching.